Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Dr. Hamdan. Please be joining us as we are now presenting our group social media marketing with child abuse is the topic we decided on for our group project. We decided on this topic as it widely known through the media that the children have been abused, which is against all norms in a community. This global phenomenon is a long-standing, unresolved problem that occurs everywhere and now is become worrisome. According to the statistic, we shouldn't take child abuse lightly. I would like to introduce myself and the rest of the team before we continue. We have Rohana Abdullah, Sabaria Azni, Nabila Amalina Zakaria, and myself, Shahril Izwan bin Mahri. The World Health Organization defines child abuse as any kind of maltreatment, including neglect, abuse, and exploitation that may harm child's health, life, development, or dignity, and it is committed by someone who has the child's best interest, trust, or authority. In this modern day, we occasionally need to draw a line between abuse and a parent's legitimate right to discipline their children. Why child being abused? Several factors has been identified, such as COVID-19 pandemic that having a negative impact on mental health due to academic disturbance. According to the studies, abused children frequently come from the lower income household. And there is unknown issue. It is no adequate justification for why adults or parents would mistreat their children. As with many other things, the causes of child abuse are complex, but they are always linked to the other issue. This is our Facebook look like with a title, Let Them Smile, Put an End to Child Abuse. Our objective is to provide relevant information that we hope to contribute in reducing or stop child abuse in our community. And this question that we should ask ourselves, are we doing enough to prevent child abuse? There's a few type of objective that we could achieve when we posting our content into the social media. One of it is a knowledge objective that deal with data, facts, and other knowledge and abilities that the audience would find it inspiring and help them to change their behavior. The slide now showing one example of knowledge objective post into our social media content. This posting to let parents know that a children who sexually abused is always done by someone that child knows and trusts. This posting is another example of knowledge objective, which is providing information on the kind of child abuse in order to inform the audience. And this is the last example of knowledge objective content in our social media marketing. This content inform that provision of the Child Act relating to the obligation of a person to disclose any knowledge of a child abuse cases. And this is the last example of knowledge objective content in our social media marketing. This content inform that provision of the Child Act relating to the obligation of a person to disclose any knowledge of a child abuse cases.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nabila Amalina binti Zakaria. Now I'm presenting my part. Is about the behavior among the behavior objective among the child abuse. Before that, I want to explain about what the meaning of behavior. First is the action, activity, process which can be observed and measured. These action, activity, and processes are initiated in response to stimuli which are either internal or external to that person that will occur that the abuse from another person. However, in order to be reliable and valid for scientific purposes, children will getting involving in child abuser from other person may experience with a range of emotional, psychological, and physical problems that may result in harm that including increased fear, distrust of adults, distracted attachment with those who are meant to keep them safe, mental health disorder, self-harming and suicidal thoughts, learning disorder including poor language and cognitive development, developmental delay, especially such as eating disorder and physical ailments, permanent physical injuries or death, violent, aggressive or criminal behavior, or other behavioral problems. And for the last is the very worst is drug and alcohol abuse and high risk sexual behavior. Okay, to overcome this issue, the community should increase education awareness about the child abuse, that including strategy for prevention, intervention, and treatment. Okay, first, disseminate resource information and educational materials. Provide regularly publish newsletter about the child abuse and put involved with community program information sources within the outside of our country. Third, provide community trainings related to child abuse and prevention. Okay, last one is for information, the April is the promotion of child abuse prevention awareness month. Right. Furthermore, the communication should increase by pertaining the issue about the child abuse. First is serve as community coordinating and communication body for agency individuals involved in information of this issue. Or two, network and collaborate with other agencies serving children and their families. Host speakers on issues related to child abuse and children and families on a regular basis at general membership. Fourth is organized forum for community members about the child abuse issue. Okay, now we see the diagram that show that childhood interaction abuser. This is long-term effects of abuse and neglect in early childhood. That occurs at 90% of brain development occurs between 1 and 5 years of age. During this critical time, if children experience abuse, neglect, or violence, toxic stress response can disrupt brain development with a long-term effect on health. People who have experienced early childhood abuse and neglect, they are 30% more likely to get heart disease, twice as likely to be obese, and 30% more likely to attempt suicide. On average, people of 6 on average a childhood experience die nearly 20 years earlier than those who have no abuser. That's all from me. My friends will continue with their parts. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum to Dr. Sir Hamdan and all my friends. I'm Sabrah binti Azani with student ID numbers 0219465002. Would like to present our group assignment titled as a child abuse campaign for ADS420 social marketing. In these presentations, as my part, I will explain for belief objective. The definitions of belief objectives is those that related to attitudes, opinions, feelings, or value that held by the target audience. In other words, is what you want your audience to believe or feels, or something we want them to believe. Belief objectives in child abuse campaign is to get the attentions and belief from the community of publics that the child abuse is very dangerous nowadays. Through this campaign, we as an organizer want to educate, spread the informations to encourage, also to ensure the public aware about the dangers and the impact to the children about child abuse, at the same time to prevent the child abuse. The impact of child abuse, I divided to three effects, which are: the first one is in terms of mental health and mental problems. We want the community or publics to aware that child abuse will affect to child mental health in future. Child abuse affect to mental health. Abuse may stunt basically developments of the child's brains and lead to psychological problems such as low self-esteem, which could later lead to high-risk behavior such as substance use. The outcome of each child may vary widely and are affected by a combination of factors, including the child's age and developmental status when the maltreatments occurred, the type, frequency, durations, and the severity of the maltreatment, and the relationship between the child and the perpetrators. The greater the severity of the severity of abuse, the higher the likelihood of negative outcome. So the second impact is trust issues. In the long terms, abuse can lead to problems with trust and relationship difficulties, a feeling of worthlessness, a difficulty regulating emotions. In some cases, the children may grow into an adult who abuses children in their care. For example, we as a parent need to know how to encourage the open communications with our children, as this will make it easier to spot if anything unusual happens. Also, always talk to them about appropriate and inappropriate behavior and safe or unsafe situations, at the same time that can build their trust and feel safe with us as their parents. Okay, for the third point is post-traumatic stress. Children who experience abuse can develop post-traumatic stress disorder, or we call it as a PTSD, which is characterized by symptoms such as a persistent re-experience of the traumatic events related to the abuse, by avoiding people's place and even that associated with their maltreatment, feeling of fears, angers, and many more. PTSD in children can lead to the depressions, suicidal behaviors, substance use, defines behavior well into adulthood, which can affect their ability to success in school and create and nurtures important relationship. Child abuse can have adverse and lasting effect on children and can result in adverse effects on society as well, including high costs for services and increased involvement in juveniles or criminal justice system. However, through this campaign, the community gained the knowledge, awareness, and can act in the curbing cases of abuse, and also can prevent it, and at the same time it can promote various factors of protecting for children. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Abdullah. So I will present my part's conclusion. We posted our campaign Let Them to Smile, put an end to child abuse from 20th June until 17 July 2022 through our Facebook platform. So we get like 135 only. Overall, our media social campaign achieved 300 likes as a target. So this is poster that we that were posted throughout the campaign. The following is analysis of each poster. So we have 3 poster. The summary is which we get 234, and then engagement is 78. So this is our recommendation. First is make the most of live videos. A live video should be an important part of marketing mix. Live stream, brand events, interviews behind the scenes, etc. to increase the audience engagement ratio. Use of video creation tool make easier videos. Second is use media marketing tools. Tons of social marketing tools with powerful marketing functionalities like scheduling posts, analyzing performance, capturing leads opportunities, engaging with clients, and more. Third is time is right. Scheduling campaign around relevant event or occasions when audience might be more likely to be talking about the topic. Such timeliness will make our campaign more relevant to our audience, and they might be more likely to engage with and share our content. Fourth is keep things simple. Keep campaign promotional materials such as slogan, graphics, and videos simple. We found that self-explanatory graphics do well on Twitter for us because people can quickly understand the message, making such graphics are highly shareable. Fifth, be creative with constraints. Use constraints to create innovative surprises for audience. Six is encourage audience to create and share. Invite audience to co-create content with us and thank them by featuring their content on our social media. 7 is promote with social aids. Have some money to spare in our budget. Consider promoting our campaign with aids. Referring to the poster that we posted throughout the campaign, the following is an analysis of each poster. So the summary is we get reach. The poster is 234. Then the engagement is 78. This is the recommendation. First is make the most of live videos. A live video should be an important part of marketing mix. Live stream, brand events, interviews, behind the scenes, etc. to increase the audience engagement ratio. Use of video creation tools to make easier videos. Second is use social media marketing tools. Ton of social marketing tools with powerful marketing functionalities like scheduling posts, analyzing performance, capturing lead opportunities, and engaging with clients and more. Third is time is right. Scheduling campaign around relevant events or occasions when audience might be more likely to be talking about the topic. Such timeliness will make our campaign more relevant to our audience, and they might be more likely to engage with and share our content. 4. Keep things simple. Keep campaign promotional material such as slogan, graphics, and videos simple. We found that self-explanatory graphics do well on Twitter for us because people can quickly understand the message, making such graphics are highly shareable. Fifth, be creative with constraints. Our group should use constraints to create innovative surprises for the audience. 6 is encourage audience to create and share. Invite audience to co-create content with us and them by featuring their content on our social media. 7. Promote with social aids. Have some money to spare in our budget. Consider promoting our campaign with aids on the relevant social media platforms. Aids is a common strategy we have seen is to run the aids before the actual campaign starts to generate an initial round of awareness and interest. that's all for our presentation. Thanks for watching.